All right, hey everybody, back with another news feed video here for you. Don't forget I post 1, 2, or 3 every single day. This one kicking it off, 2025 Chevy models part content by country. We're going to focus on the trucks, but pretty interesting here. This is from GM Authority here. 2025 Chevy lineup certainly no different with parts sourced from trading partners like Canada, Mexico, South Korea, and China, reflecting just how deeply integrated the global supply chain is when it comes to modern auto manufacturing. Now we're going to take a closer look. Vehicle part content by country for the 2025 lineup. Pretty interesting when you look at it. They should also mention here that the U.S. and Canada part content are combined in this analysis. Reason for that is individual part content between the two countries isn't available. They illustrate how, or it's illustrated how intertwined these two nations are under the United States, Mexico, Canada agreement, the USMCA Act, and so that we're not going to see that separation between them. Unsurprisingly, models which are assembled in the United States and Canada tend to have a higher percentage of U.S.-Canadian part content, while vehicles assembled in Mexico tend to have a greater proportion of Mexican-sourced components. That's very interesting. That statement alone is very, very interesting. The 2025 Colorado, the 2025 Colorado, which is built in a GM Wentzville plant in Missouri, contains 51% U.S. Canadian parts, whereas the 2025 Equinox, which is assembled at the GM San Luis Potis, or whatever that plant is in Mexico, consists of 49% Mexican parts. Pretty interesting when you think about that. 51% U.S. parts for the Colorado, because it's made in the U.S., 50% parts basically for the Equinox in Mexico because it's made in Mexico. Kind of interesting when you look at it. So we got a list here. We'll go through it. But it says South Korea also plays a significant role in supplying parts, especially for small crossovers like the Trailblazer and the Trax. 2025 Trailblazer, for instance, consists of 52% South Korean components. The 2025 Trax has 48% South Korean content. Both models are also assembled in South Korea. All right, so the other day I want to talk about EVs. We don't care about EVs, but it does say here that note that the numbers do not add up to 100% as the remainder of components is sourced from countries not listed here. You're going to have some of those little onesie-twosie deals. So here we go. 2025 Colorado, 51% U.S., Canada, 19% Mexico. Final assembly is in the USA. The engine is built in the USA, and the transmission is built in the USA. Very cool. We come down here to the, and that would also be the same for the Canyon, I would expect. But the Silverado, the Silverado 1500s that are built at Fort Wayne, they're coming in at 37% USA, 36%, was that Mexico? Yeah, Mexico and then South Korea, okay. So 37% USA, 36% Mexico. Its final assembly is USA, engines made in Mexico, and the transmission is built in the USA. That's for the L3B motor. And then here you got the same truck here, 3737. What this is the one is built in Mexico. So there's really not much difference between those two, between these two right here. Same motor, but like we've done videos on, the 1500 can be built in different places. And then same if it's built here, this one being built here with the L84, 3736, but here we go with a USA motor for the L84. And then, so you can see these numbers are lining up pretty close for the Silverado. 37, 36, 37, 36, all the way down. So, but I find it pretty interesting. There's your ratios of that with what's going on here between the Silverado, 37% US, 37% Mexico, regardless of whether its final assembly is USA or final assembly is Mexico, or final assembly is Canada. It makes no difference. They're all basically right there, the same exact part content, same exact setup. And the Colorado coming in at 51%, which is really only one that beats that other than the Equinox is the EVs. The Blazer EV, the Equinox EV. But other than that, there's nothing else on this list that beats the Colorado for being Chevy's most American-made truck at 51% for the Colorado being Chevy's most American-made truck is the Chevy Colorado. USA assembly, USA engine, USA transmission, 51% US, Canada parts, 19% from Mexico. And like I said, other than EVs, nothing beats that. That's pretty interesting, pretty cool. Moving on from here, here we go, 10. We have 10 right here. Sorry, it's at the bottom of the list here. We're going to go through this fast. 10 unstoppable pickup trucks you can buy for dirt cheap in 2025. And it gives price range, which I like. First one right off the bat, first gen Tacoma, 1995 to 2004. And they're saying that your average price for one of these right now, about $18,000. That is a lot of money for a 95 to 04 truck, but that's what they're running for. That is a heck of a lot of money. Pretty cool though to see that they're they're ranking at that high. Now the next one, second gen, okay, 2005 to 2015. So basically 10 years newer, and we're seeing average price used for them about $21,000. The Tundra, first gen Tundra, 2000 to 2006. Coming in right here, $21,000 is what they're saying at average used prices for these. These prices seem really high to me for these trucks. They really do. But that's what it's saying on here. And then number 7 on our list is a Toyota T100, 93 to 98. And they're saying here, look at even here, $18,000. These prices are pretty, they're holding value there. There's no doubt about that. And 97 to 21 Frontier, this would be your last gen Frontier. Look at the difference here. $11,000. Okay, you can get a 2021 Nissan Frontier for $11,000, but you can't buy a 93 or 98 Toyota T100. It's going to cost you $7,000 more. I find that pretty crazy when you look at the reality of this. But then we also got the Titan. We got the 2024 or 2004 to 2024 Nissan Titan. Look at that range. 2000 is 20 straight years of this particular truck. But anyway, we have right here $21,000. They're saying average used price. They also, if you notice on here, major chance of repair in the first 10 years. Obviously, it doesn't matter because the first 10 years is up on most of these vehicles, so it doesn't matter too much. But annual estimated cost during the first 10 years, right there from Car Edge. So you can see that on here. Ford F-250, the 92 to 97, one of my favorite trucks. God, I wanted one of these things forever. And what are we coming in at here for this? $22,000. Again, for a 1990s truck. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Ford Ranger 3rd Gen owned 4 of these. These were fantastic trucks. Owned 4 of these sweet little gems. And coming in at $14,000. Look at the prices of these things are just quite shocking. It's pretty nuts when you think about it. First gen Colorado, owned one of these too. I owned a 2005 with the i5, I think is what was in it. I'm pretty sure it was the i5 motor. But 2004 to 14. And we are coming in here. Yeah, right there. The 3.5 liter 5-cylinder, I think is what I had in there. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Could have been a 3.5. Could have been a 3.7. I don't remember. But they are coming in here at $17,000 for that one. Number 1 on our list is a Ram 1500 4th Gen, 2009 to 2018. You get quite a few motor options in here. You get the 3.6, 4.7, 5.7, and a 3-liter Eco Diesel, and you are coming in at $21,000 price-wise. So kind of a cool list. Pretty neat cars on here, so thought I'd take a second, share it with you. These are all great, great trucks, that's for sure. I do believe they're priced a little high, but some pretty awesome trucks. Anyway, questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.